And once again, welcome to the channel that he started, the channel that's filled, the channel that could be written in a book, and the channel that you have to even sit down and watch very carefully. This is the People's Wrestling channel. Once again, I have a guest. Just let me sort this out. Sort my camera out. Oh, damn it. That'll have to do. But this is the People's Wrestling channel. I am the number one heel, the man, Hall of Famer, and UPR Strike General Manager. You know me, Ricky Goldman. And before I bring my guest in, tell all your friends, spread the word, get your voice out, tell everyone you know. Share, and share again. Comment below. You see the ticker. Comment below. I'm on Facebook, Ricky JP. For me on Twitter, Rick the Rock 31. Check out all my other videos. Smash that bell right now to turn every single one of my notifications on. I'm going view and like WWA World Wrestling Night on Facebook, my blog, Twitter, and Facebook. Pro Wrestling Tees, search Goldman's. Got all three of my designs. Then Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. So let's do this quickly. UPR Unpopular Review, UPR Unpopular Review, UPR Unpopular Review, UPR Unpopular Review. Then come back here to get two, and another 2 shout-outs. You'd like and subscribe, and subscribe again. We want like subscribe one more time. Very quickly, speaking of shout-outs, Pete Bradley, you wanted a shout-out. There you are. And also, very quickly, this is not what this video is about, but I received today John Cena, Fast Friends, Elbow Grease Fast Friends, signed by Cena himself. Let me show you that very quickly. And we can get my guest in and we can get the show going. So signed by Cena himself. And it also does come with one of those. So he'd actually sign it. So I think that's very cool. It took a month to come, but I'm going to give that a read later. So also give me 1 extra second. My book's messed up a little bit. And there we go. So let's get to my guest in, and he joined me for the Full Gear predictions. He is fellow YouTuber, good friend of mine. He's the Holiday Christopher May. And here he is. Did we get the phone call right now? So, hello, Chris. How are you tonight?
Well, I'm doing all right. You know, I just, it's funny how you put on Do Not Disturb and people still can call you while you're Do Not Disturb. So that's kind of funny, but I mean, it is what it is. Though he's one of my people that helped me with wrestling stuff. So shout out to Michael there. Thanks for calling while I'm trying to record a show, buddy. I'll call you when I'm done.
Fair enough. These things happen. So I do want it to wait. I do want to do this with you. I think you know a lot about wrestling enough. But yeah, I do want to wait. So let me just introduce this very quickly. He's going to be the Full Gear review. Right off the bat, I thought Full Gear was very, very good. So let's start with, let's just speed this along as quick as we can really. Buy-in pre-show. For the NWA Championship, Serena Deeb, SNK. Okay, match to start out. A second look at SNK. I think this is to build her up to maybe being a star one day. Was what it was. You had Serena Deeb retain. What did you think of this, Chris?
It was a good NWA matchup on AEW pay-per-view. That's for sure. Like I said, if you're watching NWA Power, these are kind of matches you'll get. Allison Kay, like I said, just recently has asked for release from NWA because this could have been a tryout here to see if she gets signed to AEW. All in all, it's a pretty good match to me. Serena retaining, but then Thunder Rosa comes out here, so I think we're setting up the rematch, whether it's going to be an AEW show or with the new NWA show they have currently right now in their format, it's going to be a rematch of NWA Women's Championship. So Serena retaining wasn't surprising at all.
Yeah, I completely forgot about Thunder again. Yeah, so we'll see that happening later down the line at some point. So to get rolling with the main show, finals, finals in the Eliminator tournament, Kenny Omega, Hangman Adam Page. I thought it was going to be a lot later in the show. It wasn't. Good opening match, very good opening match. Both guys looking good here, hitting the big moves. This is kind of the end of that tag team. Both guys looking good. You know, Hangman Page looking good in defeat. I don't think he looked bad here. Hangman and Kenny Omega slowly bringing back the kick cleaner gimmick, and Kenny Omega scoring the win, setting himself a future world title shot. I believe he's December 2nd. So your thoughts?
Good matchup. Like I said, it was only a 16-minute match, but for what it was that they did, storytelling was a good match. You got the story. Both of them are trying to become number one contender. They were tag team champions. They've had the breakup. Kenny getting the win was, to me, the right decision. Like I said, they're building up. They got to be building up for Moxley versus Kenny Omega here in the next pay-per-view. Kenny Omega getting the win, now the rightful number one contender, number one on the rankings now. So it's going to be interesting to see how they follow up and build with this feud coming up here.
How do you think about the rephrase? How do you feel about the cleaner gimmick coming to AEW?
It should have been in AEW since day one, but they didn't do it that way. So it's interesting. Like I said, he had his 5, 6, and 7-star ranked matchups from Dave Meltzer in New Japan with Okada and different wrestlers in New Japan Pro Wrestling. That's where he was able to elevate his game, become the IWGP Heavyweight Champion, the first IWGP United States Champion, Intercontinental Champion. He had his most success in New Japan, coming here to the United States, helping build AEW. This should have been the time where you should have built him up and could maybe made him the first champion, maybe elevate somebody who's not a former WWE guy into that role, but they haven't done that yet. So I think he's going to be the next champion. He'll be the first AEW champion that hasn't been associated really with WWE.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see about that. And yeah, I think they have to get away from former WWE guys for a while. With a draw, but whatever. And yeah, Omega, the only thing I've seen when they've been being the cleaner is Jericho, Omega, New Japan, which was a really good match. But yeah, so I'm waiting. I'm interested to see where they go with this. Next match, not to about 10 seconds, I think, to talk about. Orange Cassidy, John Silver. Okay match. Both guys looked good here. This was a comedy match to start out with. You had Silver ripping off the pockets of Cassidy. Now you've had Cassidy be put over twice by Jericho. 2 good matches recorded, and now he's gone to this. This was meant to be on the buy-in pre-show, kickoff show, whatever you want to call it. It was what it was. You had Cassidy winning here. Yeah. But unfortunately, if you missed it, you missed nothing. What did you think?
Orange Cassidy needs the win here on pay-per-view and needs to keep his momentum going. John Silver's personality has been more highlighted on Dark and being the elite. If it had been more highlighted on Dynamite, and I could have maybe swayed a different way, but since they haven't elevated him yet, I think he may become one of the standouts later down the road in the Dark Order if they keep elevating that character and that persona, because he's got everything else going for him. So that's going to be interesting to see what the future holds for John Silver.
Yeah, I think he'd have a small push, possibly a single star. So let's switch things up, and instead of going in match order, let's make it different and go with the tag team match. FTR, Young Bucks for the AEW tag team titles. Very, very good match in my opinion. What was your thoughts? And then I'll get to mine.
This is probably one of the second best tag team matches. I still will say Kenny Omega and Hangman Page versus the Young Bucks was the best one, but this one's different. Everybody complains about the Young Bucks, can't tell a story, just spot. Can't have it both ways. Can't complain about spot wrestling and then complain about the match was slow, took 7-8 minutes to start going, etc., etc. They were telling a story here, and that's what the FTR is one of the best tag teams for us, because they know how to work the crowd, tell the story, get everything going, get everybody going to the match. I like the tribute that FTR did to DIY, using their finish, trying to get the win. I see this feud continuing, obviously, until Revolution. FTR gets the belts back. Then I see it concluding in a 2 out of 3 falls match. This feud's far from over, though. FTR is going to get those belts back here sometime.
Yeah. Lots to say about this. First of all, you can't please everybody. What's going on in the world right now? I'm happy there's any wrestling. Is WWE, is AEW the best right now? Hell no. But it is what it is. Live with it. People don't have to watch. People that complain, turn it off. Very good match here. For great, as you say, great storytelling. You had all the tag team moves, DIY, Hardys, Steiners, Hart Foundation, Dudley's with a 3D. So great to see all those moves being brought out. Dax Harwood going after the knee of Matt Jackson, really selling that. Great storytelling, very, very good match. Went the distance. I thought this was got better and better and better. Two of the best tag teams in the world right now. But my issue is with the stipulation. You knew they were winning. And also, I think this continues probably till Revolution. You're probably right, Chris, in that, yeah, FTR win them back. And then the feud continues again. So that's really my only issue. This is wrestling, and that's what happens. So we'll go to MJF Chris Jericho. MJF won this match of the Inner Circle. What was your thoughts?
MJF winning was the right decision. Jericho's, like I said, he's the old school veteran. It's not going to hurt his stock whether he wins or loses matches. He's there to try to tell a story to build up the future of the business. MJF's want to be one of those major stars in the future of wrestling. So with that being said, MJF getting the win here, being part of the Inner Circle is going to go on to be a much greater story later down the road as they're starting to plant those seeds of deception already as of this new Dynamite we just had last night. So they're already planting the seeds. It's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out.
Yeah, I thought this was a good match. Both guys looking good. Jericho is super over. His theme is super over. Good storytelling. You had go back to the old days of Eddie Guerrero. I believe it's 15 years since he died. So maybe this is why they did it. 15 years, incredible. Anyway, the bat being tossed to MJF. To Jericho, MJF laying out like he'd been hit, roll up, the 1, 2, 3s in the Inner Circle. Both guys looking good here, like I've said. Jericho doesn't need his wins, he's 50. He's a legend, he's been going on wrestling for 30 years. He's there to promote the younger talent before he finally leaves. Now, I do have a question. Do you think he's going to be like the Nature Domination where The Rock came in and took over from Farouk to get MJF taking over from Jericho?
Could be possible if they build it up right. It just depends on how the story is going to play out.
Yeah. I think Jericho's probably not got much time left. I can see him in WWE pretty soon. Maybe the Rumble, perhaps. I don't know. But I think he's done, really. I think he's done as far as he's going to do. Do you see him coming back to WWE or?
No, because he's got a 3-year contract with AEW. He's only gone through a year so far. So he's still got 2 more years on his name.
After the 2 years, do you see him back in WWE?
Possibly as a Hall of Fame induction, but at that point, I don't see him wrestling too much more.
Yeah, through Hall of Fame, if anything. So, TNT Championship, Darby Allin Cody. Good match here. Again, another good storytelling match. You had Darby come out in a broken up, smashed up car. He smashed it up even more with a skateboard. Cody really feeling the heel in this one, really healing it up, going after the white belt, really taking it to Darby. This was a good match. I enjoyed it. But I think Darby Allin's push has come way too late. He's been a favourite for a while of fans. And you have a roll-up to protect Cody. Why does Cody need protecting? And brand new TNT champion. So what your thoughts?
Like I said about Darby Allin before, how many title matches can you have before you finally get to win one? Because like I said, he's challenged Cody before. He had the draw with Cody in the first matchup. He's lost to Cody ever since. He had two chances at the AEW championship. one against Jericho, one against Moxley. He had to win the title at some point. This was a good night to win. He didn't win it with a coffin drop. They said he has won some of his biggest matches with a cradle, with his mousetrap, which different were kind of variations of roll-ups. The best example would be him versus Walter in Evolve. He beat Walter in the same kind of manner. If you ever watch that match, I mean, Walter's a major star in NXT UK and around the UK scene. He's gotten some major wins, but a lot of his major wins throughout the world, any promotion he's been in, has not been with the coffin drop. So it didn't surprise me he got the win from Cody this way. But he's AEW TNT champion now. You know, we already know he's got Brian Cage and Ricky Starks after the match in his sights, ready to go and wanting to challenge that title. So we'll have to wait and see how it plays out with them. But that's going to be his feuds coming up here is Ricky Starks and Brian Cage.
Yeah, and two very quick things, as you say, with the coffin drop, Cody kicking out. That move has got it hurt. Jesus dropping on his back every time. And I like one of the things AEW does right is the feud between Cody and Darby doesn't last the next 20 months. As soon as that feud's done, they're on to their next, whereas WWE would carry this on for the next 3 years or something. But it feels like 3 years. Some of the feuds right now are just continue. Like the Seth Rollins Ray feud, like, really? Still going?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll go to another championship match. Women's Championship, AEW Women's Championship, Nyla Rose, Hikaru Shida. Good match here. I thought there was been better with no DQ, a lot of action outside the ring. Nyla Rose dominating here. You had Vicky Guerrero as a manager, Vicky Guerrero by ringside. I think that wouldn't be a perfect time to put the title on her. What else do you do with Nyla? Yeah, good match, but I also think one of those, if you missed this, you didn't really miss anything. So it was good, but you didn't miss much. And we have Shida picking up the win here. Still, your reigning defending AEW Women's Champion. What did you think of this one?
It's one of those, I feel bad for Nyla Rose because when she won the women's title, she didn't get a long run with it because of the fact of COVID stuff. She wasn't on TV that much after the COVID started. So I didn't think she got the run she could have as a monster heel women's wrestler. Shida retaining, I didn't think Nia needed it quite yet. So Shida retaining it was the right decision. I think they may build up to her and Dr. Brent Baker. But I think also you got to think of, too, Thunder Rosa's NWA contract expires at the end of the year is what the rumor is. So if that's the case, she may end up signing with AEW, maybe then build herself back up, challenge for AEW Women's Championship. Also, Allison Kay's on free agent, as the rumor saying she wanted to get released from NWA contract. So that might have been a tryout match to see if AEW wanted her. I mean, you need to build up your women's roster and get some talented women's wrestlers that are established on the brand to help elevate the younger women talent here, to get them going here, to build this women's division up to what it can be.
I agree. I think Thunder, Shida, their last match was great. It's the best ever match, women's match AEW has done. So why not have them have a match? Thunder takes the title. And you're right about the roster depth with the women. There's no real standout women. There's no real standout women in WWE either. But give it time. It's only been a year, so I don't know. But I think maybe, why not give Britt Baker a title shot as well? So only 2 matches left. Go to the Elite Deletion match. Wonderful. Matt Hardy, Sammy Guevara. This was crazy. It was what it was. A deletion match. You're always going to get this with Matt Hardy. So quickly speeding up a run through it. So where do I start? Golf. Sammy Guevara arrives on a golf cart, gets crushed by a monster truck, of course. Then they're fighting, getting through trees, through the forest, through getting smashed off trash cans and everything else. Then there's finally a ring in the middle of the forest for whatever reason. They're in the ring. Sammy Guevara gets put through a table. You've got Pride and Powerful, Santana Ortiz get involved. Then you find Matt Hardy under the Under the ring, the walkie-talkie talking to Private Party, wants them to turn up. They get involved. Fight continues. Then they're at the there's fireworks. Forgot that. There's fireworks being shot at Sammy Guevara by Matt Hardy. Then they're at the Lake of Reincarnation. You've got Hurricane and Gangrel. Matt Hardy taking a shot at WWE here. Why? If he's happy where he is, why take these shots with long-term story booking? Then Hurricane into the Lake of Deletion comes out as a reporter. Then they're in the Dome of Deletion. Skarsgård is there, sort of for some whatever reason. Then this gets brutal. There's tables, ladders, the turnbuckle, all that's involved. Sammy Guevara going through a table, busted open. I hope that was just kind of fake blood and it wasn't actually busted open. That looked pretty bad. Concerto, 1, 2, 3. Matt Hardy wins here, gets stuck into a trash can, carted off by Sienna Benjamin, and we have Ribby Sky on the piano. So a fun match. What did you think? Can't hear you right now, so I'm going to take you out, bring you back in. We can't hear you, so let's see if that works. Okay, right, try again. So what was your thoughts about this match? Right, I can't hear you, sorry. Not sure why. You might have to muted yourself. Let me try that actually. Mute you and then unmute you. Okay, right, that's better. Oh. Sorry about that. Go on.
You have to. Okay. Some people are fans of them. Some people are not. Like I said, I find them entertaining. I do like how they kind of continue that story with Hurricane and Gangrel from back at the. I mean, unmute you if you can hear me. I will mute you, unmute you again. That seemed to work last time. And unmute. Take you out and take you back in. May have to do this by myself if. All right, try again. Oh, here.
Right, okay, that seemed to work. So go on.
Can you hear me now?
So yeah.
Okay, so like I said, it's a deletion match, so it's gonna be either way. People.
Again, you've gone quiet. So I might have to do this on my own, Chris, if that's okay. I might just have to finish this, possibly finish on my own.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go on. So yeah, go on.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'll finish this match.
Can you still hear? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. Can you hear me? Or
I don't know what the sound.
These problems happen with StreamYard sometimes. Can you hear me? Or I'll take you out and then I'll give my thoughts on the main event and then bring you back in. And oh, there we go. Right, yeah. So you completely took himself out. Okay, then. So yeah, if you can hear me, Chris, bring yourself back in. So I'll give my thoughts on the main event. High quick match. Eddie Kingston, Jon Moxley. We'll see if Chris is going to come back. So sorry about the problems, but these things happen. I Quit match for the AEW Championship. Good main event. It was brutal, as you would expect. Blood everywhere, fighting everywhere, brawling everywhere. Let's see if Chris comes back. If he doesn't, so obviously I have to finish it off by myself. These things happen, so bear with me. Thumbtacks involved. But barbed wire baseball bat involved. Rubbing alcohol involved. Brutal match. Good main event. Great storytelling heading into this, with the storytelling before and the promos before, and you felt it was very personal. Looks like I'm going to have to finish this by myself. See if Chris comes back. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But yeah, good main event here. Who had Moxley with a bar right around his arm, chucking out Eddie. And Eddie can say, I quit. Still your AEW champion, Jon Moxley. No shocker here. He's going to be Kenny Omega, Jon Moxley for the title, December 2nd. Way too early, I think. Big match for December 2nd. I think it should be at Revolution. So I'm going to give Full Gear a very solid A. We did this before me and Chris did this before earlier on Twitter, and he said he's going to give he said he was going to give Full Gear an A-. So as I always say with the champions, when I think they're going to lose a title, where and when. So Serena Deeb, I think keep the title on her for a while. Why not? Darby Allin, champion for a while. Hikaru Shida, possibly to Thunder Rosa. Revolution, maybe. Young Bucks, maybe to FTR Revolution, but I'd personally keep those titles on them for a while. And Jon Moxley, well, probably Kenny Omega, if not December 2nd, then at Revolution. I might just double check, so give me 1 second. I'm going to go off camera and just see if Chris is indeed coming back. If he can't come back, that's fine. I'll finish without him, but give me a second. Give me a second, guys. I'm still here, but checking if Chris can come back on. These things happen, so bear with me. So I've just sent him a message. Let's see if he can indeed come back on. Maybe not. It seems he's gone offline, gone off Facebook. Maybe he resets his phone. These things happen. Wi-Fi, or maybe not charge his phone or anything, but kind of breaking kayfabe and breaking the fourth wall. How all this works and all this happens, but it is what it is. So my camera's messed up. Hang on 1 second. There we go. So that's been the Full Gear review. So I'm going to go and read John Cena's book after this. Very happy I've got that and it's signed. Now it is now your time to like, subscribe, do all of that. Like and subscribe right now. It is very, 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 very important you do this. thank you for Chris for doing this with me. This is our second review of the same show today. Did this on Twitter, doing it on here. Anybody else wants to join me for this, you can do this via StreamYard, providing you've got a good internet connection, your phone's fully charged, or just leave it on charge whilst you're doing it, like I do, so then there's kind of no problems. And that is really going to be it. My next video should be Survivor Series predictions. Got that coming up. Unless I do a review of this book, possibly, we'll see. If not, it's definitely going to be Survivor Series predictions. I'm looking for someone to join me for that. So remember, I have been the man. I have been 24 carat class. The man with the power, the man with the cash, the prince of panache. The man who flashes the cash. The man that is better than all of you. Ricky